Tom Grossi's in the building.
I do hate the Vikings. Yeah.
The Detroit Lions got Brian Branch. The Packers could have had Brian Branch.
Mahomes just fires it and intercepted! P for the D! Going deep for it, going for it all. Caught! And nobody's there! Run! What happened, Bears? What happened? Who would have thought?
I know. Look at us.
Quick throw!
Oh!
No!
Let's make some noise.
He's gotta go finish the story!
Oh my God.
Wait, he caught that? This game is on drugs.
Sorry, wild flower just must have inhaled too much.
Wide right again? Why would you do this, scriptwriter? Half a freaking frackin' million people. We raised a frickin' frackin' $1 million for charity.
The NFL Fan of the Year is
Your
Green Bay
turn,
Packers fan Tom Grossi.
Oh, that's me.
It's frackin' time.
Crosby Posse Packers! Nation, welcome to an episode of Podcast, a podcast where you don't, not a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom. Free agency has begun, but not technically because it's going to be another week until it actually begins, but it basically has begun. Grossi, and oh boy, we're here, we steer, Moosey's at the door, which, come on, my Moosey! Moosey, who has been, it has been trying times with good old Moosey. He was very, 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 very sick, and still, we're on the road to recovery. He's lost a lot of weight. Appreciate you smirking, but yeah, it looks like he's on the road. We're getting better. Actually ate out of his bowl today, and I didn't have to hand feed him, but it's been, holy crap, man. I got real scary real quick, so glad that he is okay. Glad we are rocking. Good to see y'all. And the craziness of the NFL season, the new season, has officially begun. So that's it. Give us your first and you get DK. I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see. No, it does not. So, John with a 10. I claim Tom Grossi off the waiver wire. Well, that's it. I'm going to John's house. I don't know where that is. I don't know what team that represents, but those are the rules. Those are the rules. So let me just plug in this other microphone real quick. Obviously, I'm very ready to go with, my first solo stream back. We're rocking. We are rock. CB, it's fine. Yeah, afterwards, a bunch of people unsubscribing. It's all good. We don't get. I think it's literally at like 818,998. Now it's at 995. So obviously we gotta delete the channel. Sending with a DK to the Pats. Yeah. So let's talk about a bunch of things now because there's a lot going on in the NFL today. And in case you're at work or just not staying on the internet 24/7. So first of all, I'll talk about some of the biggest headlines, right? You have Joe Thuney, who's going to the Chicago Bears, so that's a huge help for the Bears as they continue their off-season champion winning ways. There is no franchise like the Chicago Bears winning the offseason. So that's one, right? You also have DK Metcalf, so there was some talk coming up last week during the Combine that maybe he was on the move, the Packers were linked to him. And then it kind of got shut down a bit, but now it comes out today that DK Metcalf is requesting a trade. And so that is definitely something to keep an eye on. We're going to talk about where he could potentially land there. You talk about Max Crosby, right? There was all these rumors that maybe he might go somewhere, and a lot of Raiders fans were like, I don't think he's going anywhere. Well, it turns out they were right as he got a big-time extension. He is the highest-paid defensive end in NFL history now, so a huge shout-out to Max Crosby getting that money, which makes sense, too. He is their franchise guy, and if they are going to start building that team back up, I think he's going to be one of the anchors there, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And then you have some other news. You have Zach Bond, who's going to be brought back, and he is on a 3-year deal. So that makes a lot of sense for the Philadelphia Eagles. Talk about Saquon, of course, getting that 2-year extension as well. We had Sam Hubbard, who retired today. So again, it's a little bit all over the place right this second. But DK to the Pats does make sense. I don't know how much of leeway he's going to have in determining where he's going to go. But yeah, I mean, for the Patriots, they need somebody. Yeah, Tyler Lockett also. Tyler Lockett leaving is not a surprise if you've been following the Seahawks, but I still think you're going to have a bunch of Seattle fans who are going to miss him. Yeah, I just don't think it's that huge of a surprise. The Seahawks in a rebuild. I think the Seahawks are in a weird spot right now. I think the Seahawks, because people have been asking, in terms of Geno Smith, right? Is Geno Smith the guy for Seattle? They're going to go and target a quarterback. And if I'm not mistaken, I have to look it up again, but if I'm not mistaken, he has at least another year left on the contract, right? I think it's one more year. And I think that what I said last year, I think Geno Smith is the perfect quarterback right now for the Seattle Seahawks, because they're in this weird spot, right? They have the weapons, or at least they had some weapons, and it's their offensive line that is not very good. And I think if you're going to bring in a brand spanking new quarterback, you're going to have to address the offensive line. And with Geno Smith, I think he's able to adapt. Like, he knows the scheme, he knows the system, and he's been dealing with that offensive line. So I feel like for right now, you rock with Geno until his contract is up, and then you take it from there. So I don't know if they're in a rebuild. I think they're just kind of in this, hey, we need to figure out what our identity is going to be. I don't think Geno is going to be the long-term plan there, but yeah, I don't know about rebuild, but I think it's in this, hey, let's reshuffle things and see like what we want the future of our team to look like. You know what I mean? So maybe a reshuffling, if anything. Like I said, what's going on, Tom? How you feel about the Bears? Anything the Packers and Lions are going to do? How about your dog? Yes, I'm very happy that Moosey is starting to feel better. We're on the road to recovery. We're on the road. But yeah, the Bears. Listen, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because obviously it's the Chicago Bears. And what I mean by that is they've done, I think, everything right this offseason. They went out, they actually spent the money, they went and got the hottest candidate for head coach, and they went and got Ben Johnson. Now they're kind of shoring up their offensive line, which is something they desperately needed to do. I think Thuney's a very good player. I think ultimately, I don't know what a contract is going to look like because I think he's going to get a good amount of money. But I think that you want Caleb Williams to be upright, and I think that starts with building your offensive line depth, and I'm sure they're going to do it in the draft as well, because otherwise I think they're looking pretty solid. Tanker with a 5. Vikings Packers fighting for DJ Reed will be cinema. Don't forget about Vinland Saga, Tom. It's true. It is on the list. It is on the list. And yes, DJ Reed, I do want him. I do want him very much so. Chris with a 10. You think about Packers picking up Devonte Adams or DK Metcalf? I'd rather Devonte. To be honest with you, just because you don't have to give up draft capital for that. DK, obviously younger, and is a different type of receiver, and I think he'd be really fun on the Green Bay Packers. Don't get me wrong. Devonte, if we're going to get one of the two, though, yeah, he's going to get released, so you don't have to give up any of that draft capital. You're just going to have to pick up his contract. So I would prefer Devonte. I don't know if they're actually going to make a move on either of them, but yeah, I mean, they were rumored to DK last week, and then that was shushed up. We'll see if there's any movement this week. We'll see. Dale Terror, we lactate Dawn for positive free agency. We do. We definitely do. Just a little bit. Yeah, I want to go through and pull up all the list of folks who've moved around too. Vacant. Loads of stuff happening today. Now my Steelers just signed Justin Fields so Aaron Rodgers can stop being on our radar. Why not? You don't want Aaron Rodgers? I don't understand. Why don't I don't get it. K-Chat Fire, great to have you back, bud. Embroiled in coworker drama wasn't enough. Zach Bond got extended. There, it's true. Yeah, Zach Bond got a 3-year deal. Very well earned, just as a Packers fan who saw Zach Bond kick his team's ass twice this year. But yeah, 3 years, $51 million, $34 million guaranteed. I mean, yeah, it's well earned, man. It is. He's the 4th highest paid linebacker in the NFL behind Roquan Smith, Fred Warner, and Tremaine Edmonds. So yeah, I think he deserves to be in that category. I mean, he had a phenomenal season, and we're talking about the Eagles. They went and got Saquon his money, which beyond well earned, right? He would definitely earn that money, which was great. But they were going to see if they can keep that defense together, and I think Bond was a huge piece. So yeah, I think that's a great pickup or great re-signing, I should say, for the Philadelphia Eagles. Matt, do you think a big news was thus far? Also, Moosey's doing okay, and Please Love got paid James Cook. Yeah, that's also true. Got paid James Cook. The big news, I think DK is kind of the largest at the moment in terms of potential. Because when a team signs Devonte Adams, I think that's going to be some pretty big news. But yeah, I would say DK potentially moving. Yes, Mason Crosby did retire. I think that's probably the biggest right this second. Robert, I did not see Daredevil Born Again. I love the Netflix series. I just have not had a chance to watch it. So, Rouse, Tom's back with a live news episode. Oh, we're so back. We're so back. We're so back. I know it feels weird. It feels weird. Dude, solo streaming again. It feels strange. I had to remove all the graphics. The feet counter was up there. The mission accomplished. So I was like, oh man. That was a crazy time. John A. Fire. Tom just woke up from the epic fundraiser. Great job, Tom. Grossi, we did it. Oh, yes, we did. Yes, it's still crazy. It's still weird. And it's like I told folks, too. Like, I didn't know what the reach was going to be. And, yeah, like, a few, like, local news folks picked it up. But, man, like, that makes it makes it so much better. That it's just, there's a whole bunch of people who came together. Thousands of people came together to raise $1 million for charity. I mean, don't get much better than that. Doc with a fire. Speaking of trades, I want your soul, Tom. In return, I'll give it you all, or just take one sheet instead. Your soul. Yeah, how about that heel turn? Dared to fire. Great to have you back in the saddle. What do you think you might know your plans for streaming on the week of the NFL draft? So I actually got out of a meeting today with the NFL and YouTube. So the folks that let me use highlights every now and then for some of those videos, they're the ones who sent me to the combine last year for the first time, which was super fun. But yeah, so I'm gonna be, I mean, I've said this regardless of them, like I'm gonna be at the draft. It's just a matter of what capacity. So I think I'm gonna be there minimum Tuesday through Saturday. So I'll probably leave around Sunday. Again, I have to, for streaming, I'm planning on streaming. I have to go through Titletown or the Packers to see if I can get a spot to stream. And if not, then I'm just gonna have to come up with a way of trying to make that work when I'm there. So as soon as I know, you'll know. Rogue, what a terror! It's been a minute. Busy, super busy with real life stuff. Got accepted a new job. Hey, coming in, uncle. Hey, let's go, babe. Let's go. You didn't miss anything here, Rogue. We just slept on the floor for a week and raised $1 million. But yeah, hell yeah, on the job. Hell yeah, I'm becoming an uncle. I love that. HV3, Tom, gotta say that because of you, I no longer hate the Packers. Not going to root for them or anything, but I hope they do well because I know it'd be good for you and your channel. Excellent. Colin, appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you, and thank you. We got another one. Matt with a fire. Thune got traded to the Bears, one step closer to the end of the Chiefs dynasty. Yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know how. Listen, the Chiefs need offensive line. They definitely do. I don't know how but let's see what it looks like after the draft. Andrew, if I think the Cowboys should trade Micah and get what they can so we don't spend half our cap on 3 guys and lock ourselves into further cap hell. Well, I mean, you already did 2 out of the 3, right? So you already, for your offense and CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, you kind of already did. I mean, could you? Sure, absolutely you could. But you could push back a whole lot of money for a while. Yeah, that's just tough because I don't know if a team is going. Like, that's going to be a big ask. I think that you're going to have Micah Parsons, if he's going to be on the block, he's going to have a lot of suitors. But, I mean, you're talking about, like, insane money. So, and the draft capital alone to go get him is going to be pretty nuts. So, could they? Sure. Should they? Justin, Crosby retired. Hopefully Packers do something for him. Yeah, they're having a presentation, I think, I want to say, isn't it happening this week? I think, maybe. Meanwhile, as a Philly, glad we re-signed Baum. Now I need to trust Howie in the draft picks. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think you're making the right moves. If you're an Eagles fan, you're happy. MJW, 6 freaking vagabonds! Free agency's gonna be wild. Patriots probably gonna disappoint me, but thankful to have company in the Screaming Street. It's true. Springsteen will be there. Springsteen will be there with you. I concur. And Lord Taco with a hundo. Boop, boop. Do you know how many tacos I could buy at that? Lord Taco, great to see you. I hope you're doing well. Great to see you. I won't tell Perna. I will not tell him at all. Lord Taco, appreciate the hell out of you. No, saying, hoping Packers pick up drop over the next few months. Again, TJ Reed would be a guy that I would love as a corner, especially if Jair Alexander is going to be taking a walk. But besides him, listen, Devonte coming back would be fun. I'm not going to lie. Like, you get one of the best route runners. I would not hate it. Tyler Lockett, I'm okay. Slay, I like Slay. I'm okay. He's 34. So again, like, we're gonna need some depth back there. Yeah, I'd rather go get either a little bit of a younger guy, but yeah, you know. Oh, yeah, so McManus also re-signed as well. Omar, would they fire Nico Harrison? Should leave the Mavs and join Jerry Jones' big moves in Dallas. All in. HV3, going back and watching your entire $1 Million stream. I'm on part 7. It was epic and just something awesome to be part of. Oh, it was so good. It was so awesome. I loved it. It was amazing. It was literally the best thing that I've been a part of. Like 30 and 30s and that are like neck and neck. International tour was, I just wish I wasn't sick for 4 days. All right, let's take a gander at this real quick. Let's take a gander. All right, so this is broken up this way. Okay, cool. All right, so the Bills, right? Shakir, he got a whole bunch of money. That's a little old news. All right, Dolphins are doing things. All right, T. Higgins. So T. Higgins, we're kind of waiting for T. Higgins and seeing what goes on with that. Obviously, he got franchise tagged. So we'll see if he winds up playing on that or if they wind up just signing him to a long-term deal. So they said that they want to. So Doc would have fired. Don't know where my first thought about where DK goes. Tampa. Not a Bucks fan or anything. Just first team I thought of. It'd be interesting. They got to figure out what they're doing with Chris Godwin, though. They got to figure out what they're doing with Godwin first. I forget. If can't get Garrett, then I really hope he goes to the Bills. Josh Allen's been begging the front office to do a better defense. Yeah, I mean, he'd be crazy. He'd be pretty darn crazy there. I'm not going to lie. We'll see. I mean, now, in terms of Myles Garrett, it's just going to be, okay, like if the Cleveland Browns go, I will free you, what is that going to look like? So that's going to be the ultimate question. There's a lot of talk about the Titans right now. A lot of talk about the Titans and moving around in the draft. So let me put it this way, not being an NFL insider or breaking any news, I would not be surprised if that trade is going to happen. I would not be surprised if it happens. What's today, Wednesday? I could see it happening this week. Infamous so to fire. I think the only way the Lions can make the Super Bowl to get a QB, or do you think they'll be the Bills of the NFC? A QB? Well, I don't think. I mean, I think they could win with Jared Goff. Jared Goff obviously, had some interceptions that you're not super happy about, but no, I think you can win with them. I think you get a healthy Aiden Hutchinson back, and I think you're doing a lot better. I mean, if you have just a defense that's not going to be decimated, that's also going to help. But I think ultimately the problem that you're going to run into is just what is the team going to look like without your coordinators? Like that. And that's just, that's not even like throwing any shade at the Lions. It's like, this is why I meant you want Dan Campbell to win like Coach of the Year awards. Like this is going to be the year. If he can still have that level of success, then, he's going to be up there. So I would not be surprised in any way, shape, or form. So this was the big news today coming out of, well, hold on. First, Gardner Minshew was released, so we have to be respectful of that. HV3, I appreciate you. But the second big news, of course, was Max Crosby. So $106.5 million, got a 3-year extension. So he is the highest paid non-QB. So this makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, Dan, I wouldn't be surprised. So $91.5 million guaranteed, which is pretty damn insane. But again, I know Raiders fans, there's some just hey, I'd like those numbers to be up a little bit, but he literally is just the foundation of your team at this point. So you need guys to build around, and he's a guy to build around. So I think that was pretty damn good. Cowboys, they're doing some re-signings. Of course, we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. The Deebo Samuel one. Yeah, I feel weird about the Deebo Samuel trade. I feel like for the Commanders, it's low risk in terms of obviously the trade compensation that you gave up, because you gave up a 5th round pick, it's whatever. But yeah, I mean, he was not good this past season. And you got to hope that he can get better, 1,000,000%. I'm sure that he can. But yeah, I don't know how effective he's going to be. But I think with that trade value, you're kind of all right, we'll see what we got. That's it. Townhouse Moosey. Moosey is slowly getting better. Again, he ate out of his bowl today, which was great because when I say he wasn't eating, he was throwing up every time he ate. It got scary. He has lost a good amount of weight. It got real scary. So the last few days, I've just been hand feeding him, anything, just eating off of a spoon or something like that, just for something. And he hasn't thrown up in a few days, which has been great. Today, he actually woke up with an appetite. He ate a little bit of his own food. So we're doing all right. Page fan, let's see. Free agency, hoping for a wide receiver or LT. I don't think you're going to find an LT probably. You're probably not going to find a left tackle in free agency. You're probably going to have to go and draft a guy. But wide receiver, yeah, wide receiver. The good thing about the Patriots for the wide receivers is that first of all, there's options that you have there. Depends on how much you want to spend. And like they could just, it depends on Devonte Adams, right? Because he's a free agent. He can sign wherever he wants. But I feel like you could throw a boatload of money at him and you could do that. And they have the cap space to do so. So like they can make an offer for DK Metcalf. And as long as they're willing to give up the trade compensation, they can. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting with the Patriots. Like I think they can address a lot of things within the draft and in free agency. But I also feel that while they're likely to improve this year, I'm not sold yet on them being playoff contenders. Because one, we have to see what Drake May continues to look like as he progresses. But like you need O-line, like you need weapons. So they need a few things. But yeah, Christian Kirk. So Christian Kirk, that was the other one. So I don't see that they made calls. I mean, you had is it the Steelers who made a call for Trevor Lawrence too, right? Like that's just because. Uh-oh. Did I freeze? Hold on. We're back. Check. We're back. Okay, we're good. It's raining and really windy here, so I'm not terribly surprised. So sorry if the stream goes down. Hey, listen. Now the stream will go down. It streams for a week. We literally go for a week straight. But yeah, it's pouring rain here and it's super windy, so not terribly surprised. But anyway, yeah, I think it's just a routine call. So I'm not putting a ton into that stock yet. So I don't think so. And again, if you're the Patriots, you're pretty much calling everyone you possibly can. So, because why not? Oh, 1 second here. Eli would fire. Cowboys can restructure Dak's contract and pay Micah and make $72 million in cap so that they can make moves in free agency. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, they can make moves in terms of, like, they can push it back and they don't have to sign him. But I think if you're the Cowboys, you're signing him. So, I think so. Bob Tour, once again, off-season champ. The Bears. Off-season champions, once again. They done did it. I want to pull up free agents real quick and just see the list super duper quick. Chargers need wide receivers. They need to go get receivers. So, do I think it's a negotiation tactic by DK? What's his current... Okay, that's what... Thank you. Actually, I wanted to look at that. What's his current contract? Thank you for bringing that up. Will Jerry do that? I think he will. I don't think he's going to let... Per just gut reaction, I don't think he's going to let Micah Parsons walk. I could be wrong, but I don't think so at the moment. Okay, so let's see here. Let's take a gander. Is this a SpongeBob ad? What the hell is this? Okay, hold on. Switch to fiber today. Okay, so let's see, DK. All right, so right now he's here, so it's the 25 season. That's what I was talking to Perna. Like, he's gonna have to get paid. Like, he's gonna have to get paid. So, if you are a prospective team that you want to go and get DK Metcalf, that's well and good, right? So, he'll be 29 by the time his deal is over, right? So you're probably looking at a 4-year deal, right? 3 to 4 years. The only issue is, again, the cap hit's pretty big. You know, you could finagle some things, but you are going to be giving up, I would say, a good amount of draft capital, and I'd say you're going to be shelling out a lot of money. So there are only, I think there's only a few teams that, one, can afford to do that right this second. And it's just, okay, how much of a swing do you want to take on wide receiver? Like, if you do it for the Patriots, you're basically saying that DK Metcalf is going to be your number one guy for a while, which I don't think that's a bad thing. And plus, considering what they have at the moment, I definitely don't think that's a bad thing. But there are going to be teams that are going to back away from that just because he's going to cost a good amount. So that got fired. I think the Jets may reach for Dart at number 6. Could they? Sure. Will they? I don't think they should. I don't think so. But the Jets are a weird team right now. They're going to have to figure out a lot of stuff in this offseason. So maybe I wouldn't put it past them, but I don't think that they would. I don't think that they would, personally. Xavier 5 Bengals watching the Eagles actually sign their players and not having to use their franchise tag. Love that Zach Bond was re-signed. Howie wins again. No, I mean, you need to go get Zach. You had to. You 1,000,000% had to. So he's one of the staples. Lewis with a 5. 20 years from now, we'll see Disney movies about Howie Roseman's career. Linda like Moneyball. What he's doing in Philly's cap space is unreal. Hey, listen, it talks about how good GMs are right now. So GMs, you having a good GM? Yeah. You know when you don't have a good one. And it seems like the Philadelphia Eagles are very happy with their current GM. And also very happy with the Giants GM as well. So I think that one as well. I think so, personally. Yeah, but I don't think Dart's going at 6, though. I mean, again, I think there's also a lot of uncertainty with these quarterbacks. I think there's a lot of that. So you could be a good GM, you could be Joe Douglas. Hold on. We got our boy. It's a Moosey boy. He's so skinny. Oh, my poor baby. My poor baby. How you doing, buddy? What's up? He's scared because it's raining now, too. So, it's a Moosey. What happened, buddy? We were at the emergency for 4 hours on Sunday. Had to go and get an ultrasound on Monday. He's been traumatized. He's been traumatized. JC, appreciate you. Thank you for the $1. Yeah, thinking Metcalf's worth around the 25th pick. Yeah, again, I could see what his trade value is going to be. I think you're looking at either a high-end first. I should rephrase that. At the end of the first round, like 25 and up, I think is fair. Or you can give like some seconds or like a second and third or something like that. So that's what I would think personally. Need to dump Goody, Stokes, and Jair? That's a wide range of people. I don't think you dump Goody. Stokes, we'll see what kind of happens, and Jair I think is already going. So I think he's already going. We'll pause fire. Moosey! Thanks for all the updates. I've been worried. Yeah, Moosey, it was scary. Like this was not fun. This was the most sick that he's ever been. So this was like he lost a ton of weight, wasn't eating, was throwing up everything. Like it was pretty scary. So we'll see. We'll see. A night of too many drafts? Yes, I am planning on doing a night of too many drafts. Again, it's just I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Like that's not all up to me. So Stacey, glad Moosey's feeling better. Please give him a hug from a fellow dog lover. Oh yes, he is. Hold on, look, I'll show you. Hold on, I'll give you the dog cam. Moosey, they want to see the star. Oh, there's gonna be a bright light. You're not going into the light. Hold on. And my Moosey boy. My Moosey, look how skinny my boy is! I need to bring you. I need to be an Italian. I need to fatten you up with some pasta. He's such a good boy. He was so good at the emergency vet. He sat at my feet for 4 hours. There was dogs walking by. A lot of noises. He did not care. My man was like, I'm staying. Oh, my baby boy. My baby boy. Sam with a fire. Tell Brandon love his new look. Any plans for him to star in a Hallmark movie? Hail Commander's Wildflower. I keep on sending him auditions, but he just won't do it. So, I don't know. Oh, also, someone mentioned the Rams real quick. Yes, of course, the trade for every pick. The Rams, I am curious about Cooper Kupp. I'm assuming that they're Gabriel, literally just, where are my pants? Yeah, Rams fans, maybe you just have a little bit more ear to the ground here. I feel like they're just going to wind up releasing him. If they can't find a trade partner, which I don't, unless you're giving up not a whole lot. You know what I mean? So, for pause with a fire, I gave him some canned pumpkin. Already did it. It's got good, healthy fat. Did they figure out what was wrong with him? No, they didn't. So, he's eating and I'm happy. So, like, that's kind of where I'm at. They have no idea. They have no idea what it was. So, there was some fluid in his intestines and that was it. But, yep. Oh, yeah, Christian Kirk. Sorry. Yeah, Christian Kirk, I feel like, is a fun addition. I really think that he could be I feel like he's a good pickup for folks who want some depth there. I don't think he's going to be a number one wherever he goes. But the problem is also he's got to stay healthy. All right, so this past year, that's a wash. But 2022 has been pretty good. I feel like he's a good guy. You pick him up, he's like kind of like a wide receiver 3. Maybe he could be elevated to a wide receiver 2. But I feel like he goes to a place where you just need a bunch of receivers and get some depth. And yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good pickup. So Cooper goes to the Raiders for a 4th. I don't know if he goes for, because what's his hold on. What's his contract like? Because didn't he get a big old contract? He got a 3-year, $80 million deal, right? Something like that. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, LA Rams. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you're getting anything for Cooper Kupp. With these numbers, hold on one second. Let me just zoom out here just so this gets in here. Stupid ads. Okay. So, I mean, I don't think so. The guy's 32. I think that, yeah, I don't think you're gonna. I'm gonna put it this way: if Devonte Adams is getting released, I know it's two very different organizations, but if Devonte Adams is getting released and nobody's taking a chance because that contract, and again, here's back to leverage. What leverage do the Rams currently have at this moment? I don't think they do. And Cooper Kupp has injury issues. He wasn't great this year, so yeah, I don't think. I think he's probably gonna get released. That'd be my guess. So yeah, Devonte is still good. I think Devonte's got a few more good seasons left in him. So $12.5 million cap it this year, $20 million they kept around. Yeah. So I think you're either getting like a day 3 pick and it's gonna be late, or he's gonna wind up getting released. So yeah, I think ultimately the biggest wrench in everything right now is DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf makes this a whole lot more interesting because Per and I were talking about this on GPS. I think it's not a boring free agency, but this is a good for like depth. And what always happens during free agency is people overpay, right? Because it's basically to fill in for draft deficiencies or guys who didn't live up to their potential. So I would not be surprised DK Metcalf is going to command. Because he's still young. 28. He's still young. I think you're gonna get a good amount for him. It's just who's gonna give up that draft capital, right? If it's a first round pick, who is gonna be sitting? Because that's not if the Patriots go. Here you go, Patriots fans. If you are giving up, let me see this right here. Hold on one second. Okay, so Patriots draft picks. Because they have blah 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 blah. Come on. Right, because I just want to make sure their second round is not anything different, right? They still have. Can you go, please? Thank you. Hello, Bueller. All right, they have pick 38. You trading pick 38 for DK Metcalf? I might. You're gonna have to pay a lot of money, which you have, but you go and you get your wide receiver. I might. I'm not giving up anything earlier, but I might do that. Gangsta, with a fire. Top, these draft ticket packages are insanely priced. Hopefully my friend and I can see you in April. Big fan. Also wish Moosey my best. Insanely priced. What are you looking at? What? As far as I know, and maybe I'm besides lodging and stuff, which is going to be a whole nother thing. I mean, that's going to be expensive, but I was under the impression that is for free. You just got to register, that you could just like show up to the event. I'm like, I don't know if like it charged like going into the theater and stuff, but I think you could just hang out in Green Bay. I thought. I could be very wrong, but I thought that was what I thought that was free. That was free. So I don't know which one you talk about. Okay. Pat, hola! Sending love to the pupper. I think the new Pats receiver could be, because again, Devonte can choose, and I think Devonte is going to probably choose West Coast. I don't think he's going to go the Patriots. DK could just get traded there, and if you're offering, your first pick in the second round, I think the Seahawks might say, okay, why not? Justin, congrats on raising $1 million. I want to help out. Hey, Justin, I appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for supporting. Thank you. John Fire, Seahawks losing Metcalf and Lockett. They're going to need to pick up Chris Godwin. He's fragile, but a third down beast. Yes. Maybe they go get a Christian Kirk. Yeah, Godwin, you only worry about his age and obviously coming off a major injury. But yeah, I think the Seahawks are going to be in an interesting position. Like obviously they got JSN who's going to be solid, but no Jake Bobo slander here. But I think they're gonna have to address it, and I assume that they're gonna do in the draft, or they go get some depth pieces, I imagine. Jake Tanner, greatest move. Dual cars are around at pick 4. The Patriots trade back to somewhere in the teens for a first round next year and a third round this year. Depends on who the team is. What's a first round? So like in the teens? If you're getting like a potential top 10 pick, maybe. But if I'm the Patriots, like, I don't know. You have the money, like I might start to build. I might start to build right now. JT with a fire. Like Cooper Kupp, like Wes Welker. You can go somewhere and have an impact for one season. That's fair. I just don't think anyone's trading for him. I don't think so, personally. But, oh, God, I love Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is fantastic. You just got to stay healthy. But I want him to also retire as a Buccaneer. Really, really want to. Adams to the Rams. Adams to the Rams would make a lot of sense. Adams to the Chargers makes a ton of sense. But Devonte Adams catching passes from Matthew Stafford, it'd be fun. It would definitely be fun. So, yeah, we're talking 13 or 19. That also makes a big difference as well. 100%. Yeah, go Hawks. So that's what I want to talk about real quick, too. That's also the rumor that Devonte Adams is going to follow around Aaron Rodgers. And I get it because, like, they're rapport and they're friends, but I don't know how true it is. So, yeah, I don't know how true that is going to be. Adams is a saint with Derek Carr. I don't listen. I don't know about that one. That one I don't know. Yeah, first of all, I don't think the Saints could pay for him if they wanted to. Second of all, I don't think, which they just released Jamal Williams as well, I don't think Devonte Adams wants to go anywhere near, unless they're paying him in IOUs. I don't think it's financially viable. But two, yeah, no. It's just going to be a matter of, like, what does Devonte Adams want? Is he going to go ring chasing, which my man's had a phenomenal career, like, go rock out. Yeah, is it more location based? Is it more money based? I just don't know. Is he following around Aaron Rodgers? So, yeah, we'll see. Do I want T. Higgins to the Packers? No, I don't. I like T. Higgins a lot. I think he's a great wide receiver. But especially franchise tagged, I'm not giving up the draft capital, especially if you have injury concerns, because right now Christian Watson's going to miss a good chunk of the season. Romeo Doubs, who knows what that is going to look like with his second concussion. And T. Higgins also, has a little bit of a history as well about staying on the field. And I think he's a phenomenal receiver, but I'm not giving up the draft capital for that. DK, I could see it. DK, I could see it. That would be like their big splashy free agent. They go get DK Metcalf. It would be fun. But personally, I would love Devontae just because you don't have to give up that capital. So we should trade the 23rd pick in Romeo Doubs for DK. I might. I like Romeo Doubs a lot, but I might. I think the bigger question there is the Seahawks do it, Jake, with 20, Tom, you're the expert. I'm told the biggest thing the Packers need is a number one wide receiver. The best wide receiver is T-Mac from Arizona. If the Packers trade a haul to get him, would you be happy? No, I would not, because I don't think that their biggest need is wide receiver. I think that they need a wide receiver 1,000,000%, especially as we just mentioned with Christian Watson is going to be leaving. Christian Watson is going to not be in the majority of the season, or a good chunk of the season. It's going to take a few months. And then again, like with Romeo Doubs, because I think like the way that I was looking at this team heading into it was like, hey, like anybody can be a wide receiver one, right? And they asked Jordan Love about that, and he's like, we don't need a wide receiver one. We got it. And Matt LaFleur was asked about it, and everybody was asking. All the team comms were like, hey, we don't need one. They're all gonna be there, and they could just change week to week. Unfortunately, like guys did not take a step, right? And some guys like had trouble catching the ball and all that great stuff. So they need a wide receiver. I'm not trying to downplay that in any way, shape, or form. But personally, I don't think that's their number one need. I think that getting a pass rusher is probably, I'd rather spend a premium on a pass rusher. And the draft is also a different beast completely. A draft is like potential. So you can you could trade up big and go like, all right, we're going to go get this prospect. And it might not work out. That's also the nice thing about free agency, but like you get these pieces that are going to make your team better. And you're like, okay, I'm based off, they've already played in the NFL. They're more of a veteran. Look at Xavier McKinney, look at Josh Jacobs. But Yeah, I think edge rusher and getting after the quarterback, that is probably close to the top. I think you have 3. I think and then O-line's depth is there too. We'll see what they do at center. But yeah, corner, especially if Jair walks, then you're going to need a pass rusher, and then you're going to need a wide receiver. So I don't agree on taking that big of a swing in the draft, especially for a guy that you just don't know. You know? Slim Jim, I got my crown. Hey, 36 months. Slim Jim, snap into one. Appreciate you. Now you're average to fire. Any plans for WrestleMania season? Getting crazy. I'm gonna stream WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm planning on streaming it, and I can't go. So yeah, that's 100%. I'd be all about it. And it is picking up another level. Thanks for the dog. Splash with fire. Thoughts on Winston to the Giants? Dable reined in Josh Allen. Maybe he could do it again. Splash. I feel like it's a stopgap. You know, like I think with Jameis Winston, he's been in the league long enough that you kind of know what you're getting with him. I don't think it's the worst thing, but you're going to be getting him in tandem with drafting a quarterback. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's the worst thing, but you got to, figure it out. So, Big D, finished coaching the saga over the weekend. Bravo, sir. Truly an emotional roller coaster. I'm actually hurt that it took me so long to find you and even longer to watch the show. The Lord! Big D, hell yeah. Glad you're enjoying it. Let's go. Tyreek Hill is not in free agency. He is not. AO with a fire. Do we know if any team reached out to the famous receiver from New York, Tom Grossi, for wide receiver 1 slot? Nah, people keep on sleeping. They keep on sleeping on him, but it's all right. Once they call my name. Also, I have also heard that there may be an opportunity to run the 40-yard dash at the draft. I heard there was an opportunity. I don't know if I'll be able to do that opportunity, but I'm just letting you know that it is a possibility. So I know I missed it for the combine because we did the stream instead, but Slim Jim, snap into one. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 5 memberships. Appreciate the hell out of you. But yeah, Myles Garrett, is Cleveland going to let him go? Like that is the ultimate question right now. Is are they going to let him go? Because again, and this is like the not so great thing about the collective bargaining agreement when it comes to players. You sit out, like you hold out, you are just gonna be bleeding money. So yeah, they do not have to trade him. You know, they literally could just sit this out and be like, all right, this is how this is gonna go. But we'll see. How do I feel after the Cena heel turn? I thought it was well done. I really hope that he is in better ring shape when WrestleMania comes around, please. Jay, I'd love to see you race Rich Eisen at the draft. That'd be fun. Connor, welcome back, Tom. Oh, you did truly touch my heart. Also inspired me to become a Jets podcaster, interview Shefty, Rap, Lazard, and more. Hell yeah, Connor. Keep on rocking. Let's go. That's dope as hell. Let's go. Baltimore re-signed Stanley. Yeah, I think so. I think you bring back Stanley, personally. Is it sunk in what we achieved? No. I mean, like, it good. The experience was just the incredible thing. You know, like that. It was the experience and what we were able to do. But no, I think it's gonna take a little bit. Like every now and then, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. We raised $1 million in less than a week. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty nuts. So, Packers mock draft, probably within the next few weeks. Yeah. So right now, just to give you an idea, right this second, so it's 3-5. So we're a week away from the official start of free agency. I think this week is going to start getting a little crazy. We're going to start to see some names start moving again. But yeah, this is going to probably last for about a week and a half. I told you I'm going away for like 2 weeks at the end of March. So I'll have some content that'll be coming out. That'll probably be a bunch of the draft content. Will be like end of March, early April. So, you know, we're going to do that. Oh, Junior? Oh, hell yeah, BD. Let's go. Night a million mock drafts. I'm planning on doing it. Again, I don't know what everything is going to look like because I need to figure out a bunch of things. So let me put it this way. I'm going to be in Green Bay minimum Tuesday through Saturday. Minimum. In a perfect world, I would love to be able to stream it live and just like be there and allow fans to walk in for free and allow this to... I don't know what the space looks like, right? So that's the only potential... Like, I have to find a space. I have to make sure to make that or try to make that work. Either way, though, like they're going to be fan events. There's going to be plenty of things. So, yeah, don't you worry. Nate, I don't know yet. I do not know. So, Yeah, I mean, DJ, I'd love to do it at Stadium View. I mean, but that's the thing. It's going to be packed. So there's going to be really little incentive, I think, for Stadium View to be like, hey, let's bring in Tom Grossi. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Where's DK going? I think the most obvious one right now is the Patriots. I think that makes the most amount of sense based off of draft pick and also the capital that they have. So that's what I think. Ever going to do a fan event at KC? I already did during 30 and 30. Once we hit 1 million subscribers, 30 and 30 part 2, aiming for summer of 26. So we'll see if we get there. Do I have a moving date yet? No, I do not. I wish I did. I very much wish I did. But no, it's going to be this summer. So I'm hoping June, but I got to finish coach and stuff like that first. So why would DK rather go to the Pats and stay in Seattle? I mean, he probably wants a larger I mean, he's up for a contract. So if Seattle's not willing to pay him, you know, then they ain't going to pay him. So what happens with Aaron Rodgers? That's the ultimate question. I think he makes a lot of sense with Vegas, especially they go and draft a guy and then like you bring in Aaron Rodgers for like a year. Does Aaron Rodgers do that? I think that's a different question, but Tom Brady's there. Pete Carroll, be fun, but it depends on what Aaron Rodgers wants. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, there you go, Gina. They're having an ultimate draft party at Stadium View. Yeah, that's what I mean. So we'll see. Well, I don't know where it's going to land, but I mean, I'm going to be there. So how's the recovery after the charity stream? Listen, 3 nights in a row. I slept 8 hours, then 9 hours, then 10 hours. And that's the most sleep I had gotten in a long, long time. Then after that, there was no rest. Because then I went out to Colorado. Moosey's been sick, and I've been going to the emergency vet and worrying about him and trying to take care of him for the past few days. So there's been no rest after that. But for 3 days, it was very nice. It was very nice. But yeah, we're about to get it. Simeon Mature needs to fulfill his destiny. You really want that, though? You really... Vikings fan, besides spite, which I respect it. Appreciate you, Connor. I mean, do the Vikings really want Aaron Rodgers? For the memes, it makes sense. I get it. Don't let your memes be dreams. But I don't know about it. Devonte going to the Vikings would suck. That would be an abundance of riches, having Addison, Jefferson, and also Devonte Adams, and I would hate it. So, yeah. No, thank you. No, I mean, it'd be insane. It would be insane. Are you going to have just JJ sit for another year? I don't know. We'll see. But so here's the current game plan. I'm going to be putting out more videos still, you know, as news is going to break. I appreciate the patience right now. Yeah, I'm just, we're coming out of it. So I'm feeling a lot better about Moosey because like he's eating a little bit more now. But yeah, so just give me a little bit of grace with that. But yeah, I'll be putting out for any big time news that'll be coming out. I'll probably be doing more of these streams as, you know, we have crazy news days because I feel like this week is going to start getting real crazy as we head to free agency. So folks, I appreciate the hell out of you. I will be back if there's another video. And then of course, I'm very excited for Friday Night Q&A. I'm very, very excited. So I'll see you real soon. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. And I will catch you on the flippity flip. But thank you so much. Hold on, Ghost! Sunday can't come fast enough. That's the day I leave for Las Vegas. Hey, there you go. I can't wait till Sunday because Revolution. Oh, it's going to be so good. Kenny Omega, Takeshita. Come on now. Swerve. Ricochet. Come on now. Clickbait, I think there's clickbait tomorrow. I'm like pretty sure. I think. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go. Appreciate y'all. We rocking. We rolling. We're free agency.